How's it? I'm Christo, and welcome to Diamond Cornerstone. And yeah, classic YouTube drill: like, subscribe, share, and yeah, let's change our perspective. We can't sort of say expect to change the world if we maintain the same thinking we have for the past 4,000 years. And with that, we have to change how we think, change our perspective, and change the lens by which we see the world. And aspire, diamond aspire, reach a point of the diamond body. And yeah, today I'm going to talk about the Kybalion and Hermes Trismegistus and its application within the diamond aspire. Now, last year I looked at sacred geometry within the spire, within the diamond, and it got pretty intense. But over December I found the Kybalion by Hermes, by the three initiates, but it's a summary of the teachings of a guy called Hermes Trismegistus. And right at the beginning, in the introduction, they actually say he was a sage to Abram. Now, Abram is a father of many nations. That was his promise. And he is the father of he was the father of, well, he's the father of so to say, the whole Muslim world, the Judeo-Christian collection. And then considering that the 12 tribes of Israel separated and became 2 tribes and 10 tribes, they split actually in like the third or the fourth under rulership. Those 10 tribes got lost. Bang. They just disappeared. But they didn't. So those genes have actually gone. Some went east and some went west. So over the years, yeah, Abram is the father of many nations. Actually, is a lot of truth in that, because yeah, well, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, population growth has always been exponential. Okay, so let's go back to the Kybalion, and with that, there are 7 principles, Hermetic principles. The first one is the principle of mentalism. All is mind, the universe is mental. In essence, what you think, you can create. What you think, you can create. Now, the beautiful thing in the diamond is it's hard to create. You get a task or a vision, and from the vision, you can make a plan. You can get the resources, get the people involved, and you can do it. And afterwards, you can assess, good, bad, ugly. And then you can reflect, learn lessons, characters, discipline, values, beliefs, attitudes, behavior. This morning, my wife, we're busy painting some doors here, and a door has varnish on, so you got to sand it to make it a little bit rough, and then you start painting. And believe me, 1 coat, definitely not enough. The yellow stuff comes through. 2 coats. This morning she stared at the door and she said, "This door's going to need another coat." And I just said, I was disheartened. I think I've painted the doors 7 times. Friday last week I took the door off and went and sat in the sun to paint it 3 coats while the sun is shining, so it dries faster. Oh well. But everything starts in your mind. Your mind creates your vision. The universe is mental. It was within God's mind to create the creation story. And it's actually kind of beautiful. Okay. Next up is principle of correspondence. Now, this is a very simple one. In the diamond aspire, my grey diamond, actually, I realized, as above, so below, as below, so above. So the grey diamond went to the blue diamond. And then I realized that because frequency hadn't been reached, there must be more, so in the green and the red. But it was actually just the correspondence of. And that's why the human experience, according to me, is the absolute or the perfect or the great human experience is the blue and the green diamonds. Because if you've got blue and green, you can touch on that which is below, but you can also reach to the divine, which is above. But angels can't, because they're not in a physical form, they can't experience the five senses. And that is the human experience. It's to breathe your biome, it's to taste, it's to touch, it's to love, it's to have emotion. Okay, next up is principle of vibration. It's in the Tao Te Ching. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. And as soon as vibration is gone, death kicks in. Stagnation, stagnant water. If the tree isn't moving, it's not growing. If you're not moving, you're not growing. A friend of mine, she actually works in I think it's trauma support, post-operative care, and she says without movement you get bed sores and dis-ease and lack of circulation and things like that. So it's all about the vibration. Everything moves. You've got to keep the flow. Polarity, everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pairs of opposites. Now, like and unlike are the same, opposites are identical in nature but different in degree. Hot, cold, where does hot start and where does cold start? But they're both just temperatures. Extremes meet, all truths are but half-truths, all paradoxes may be reconciled. Within the diamond, we've actually got a beautiful theory of opposites. Politics is opposite to our physical environment. Socio-economics is opposite to each other. But likewise, if we move into a blue diamond, vision is opposite to context. And exchange is opposite to our evolution. But you need those to actually move forward. Rhythm, everything is in flow. Tides move in and out. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. And we see that in life. We have highs, we have lows, we have summer, we have winter. And you'll actually see that the beautiful thing about these 7 principles, they actually dovetail with each other. And they actually, if you look at each one separately, it can be a constellation of diamonds. But also, they move up the A-Spire. Some people have even looked at them as chakra centers. Look, I'm not the guy who gets into the what, so I look at the how. How can we apply, let's say, the 7 principles? Okay, next up is cause and effect. That's a little bit Newtonian according to me. Newton's third law is for every action is equal opposite reaction. But every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. So, yeah, if you push hard enough, something will break. That's an effect. But the breakage is also a cause for something else, which is beautiful. And this is where we actually come back to let's say, the exchange quadrant, where we have to anticipate. I think the worst thing I ever heard with all the lockdowns and stuff is we never anticipated the impact on society. Now, how can you not, if you shut down business and you stop the exchange of energy, the exchange of money, the exchange of time, how can you not expect breakdown of business, breakdown of social structure? Our whole social structure is based on exchange. Okay, and then last but not least is the principle of gender. Now, gender is in everything. Everything has a masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. Now, a lot of people, there's this whole hype at the moment about gender and how people, but actually it might be the conflict just between your left brain and your right brain. Your left brain being highly analytical, maths, science, data, gray, black and white, whereas your right brain is more curved, artistic, beautiful, emotive, emotional. Yeah, so maybe that's just the whole thing. And gender in its essence on a physical plane, it'll be men and women for reproduction purposes. But for the rest, when you're working, some people have strengths, some people have weaknesses. I adore my wife. She has vision that I just don't see. She knows where an extra coat of paint must go. She knows how to see pothooks off dilapidated planks. And we put the planks up, and it's like this picture. It's like, wow. But yeah, she was raised in a very practical household where her father is an artist. He's a woodworker, and her mother, well, she does home decor. She will move a house like you've never seen, and she sees the colors and how they speak to each other. And from that, but bottom line is it's all in gender. So if you take all 7 principles, you can build them as a constellation, but we can also rack them up and see that we start with root chakra at all is mind, the principle of mentalism, and then it can go correspondence, vibration, polarity. That's heart center, actually. It's very beautiful. And throat chakra would be rhythm. The funny thing is you'd speak in rhythm, highs and lows is your voice. And then cause and effect would be your third eye, your pineal gland, and then the principle of gender would be, which is actually kind of beautiful. It's just a different way to see it. And you see it in a diamond, you see it in a spire. And so we can actually aspire on an ancient teaching, and see how it can actually affect our lives, cause our lives, and move us forward as we journey into our new earth and create a better place for everyone. So with that, just a quick touch back on the Kybalion and how I saw it when I read it, and listened to it. I found the YouTube. YouTube's great for audio books. But yeah, no, it's a good listen. And if you have a diamond A-Spire, just put the picture before you when you're listening to it, and just see the world afresh. And when you look through the kaleidoscope, just let some ancient principles guide you home. So many blessings, and you are the diamond. You are aspiring, and let's build our new earth. Set the diamond as the cornerstone.